Welcome back to Railbound. I'm dear darling, and enjoy the ride as we make connections and travel the world together. As last time we, I guess, just completed World 7, and it looks like we just about completed World 7, so now we're going to be trying on the latter worlds in World 7. Yes, we have the Runaway carriage. Now this is certainly an interesting thing, because we don't have a lot of track to work with. I can't imagine this would be a solution, because Wombat's backwards. Somehow, I mean, that's like really, there's not really a lot of things that track 1 can do. I guess we can have something like this, but okay, and that does actually follow on. No. Something like this, just a way for them to hit the button and then 1 and 2 to follow on. For some reason in my head I looked at that, I was like, there's no way number 2 can follow number 1 from that. It's just impossible, despite obviously not being the case. I don't know why this intrinsically came to my mind as a solution. I don't even know if that makes sense. We are going to need something interesting here, because we're going to need... What if we just went around and said, like, we just trapped you here forever? No, because we're going to need a way to get in without you also. Actually, do we? It feels like number 2 should go here. Does it feel like that? Maybe it doesn't feel like that. What am I doing? Like, this is how I'd get number 1 with number 2. Okay, fair. And then you would go here. But then how would I ensure that you could end, number 1 and number 2 could both end up on this track without crashing into you? I guess we'd have something like this. Just to make sure you got out of the way. Ow! It's not fast enough. Now that's interesting. That is not a wrinkle I saw happening. I didn't even notice there was another thing here. So this does have to happen. Oh, wait a minute. So where does number 2 go? That doesn't make any sense. I guess number 2 joins in here? We need one more track. Which suggests we can't do that because that's too slow. But this is at least very delayed enough that it can work. We need like one more track for this to make sense. Wow. That just immediately stopped everything when the track ran into the rail car. I mean, I know it's wrong, but still. What do we want to happen? It feels like this has to happen. We can't have this because then you can't actually get in the track. It feels like it has to be this, but it feels like this is forced, almost. It probably isn't, but it does feel like that. I'm just surprised this is not fast enough. You can't really do this any differently, though. I mean, that gets number 1 through, but how do we get number 2 through? It just crashed like this. It just takes too long. For like any of these things to happen. And even if we let number 1 and number 2 through, both through this track, we're going to hit this button again. So you're going to have to hit the button again. So one of them has to not hit the button, which is insane. Either you have to not hit the button. I guess you could hit the button this way. Oh, you need to hit it again. Oh, okay. And we just trap you on a loop here, so you just continuously let 1 and 2 through and not through. Ah, okay. That was literally just a geometry thing. We just approached the button from the wrong direction, which meant that we couldn't see the solution very obviously. Interesting. I mean, this feels like a given. I don't know what number 2 is going to do, but number 1 I assume just goes like this. And number 2 probably just joins on like that. Okay. I feel like you can expand upon this in level B. Let's not have that. Have that for a second. We don't want you to crash. What are we doing? You will forcibly be going off this way. Fine. This is the only way we can actually have this, so this must be the case. I think it's possible that you loop back on yourself. And then maybe you connect in a similar sort of fashion. Oh my word, what is happening? We don't really want you following on like that. What do we want to happen? I'm not really sure what the answer to that question is, to be honest. I'm not really sure what we want to happen is. I don't think it's that though. But having 1 go up sounds... It's kind of like we want number 2 to go on this button after you go on it. But we want you to come back. Highly unhelpful. No, but this has to happen otherwise. So this must happen. So this must happen. So this must happen? Some combination of this works. I can't tell you what combination of this works. But some combination of this must work. We have 1 more track to deal with. I don't know. I'm just trying things. I'm going to be honest at this point. There's no rhyme or reason to what I'm doing. I'm just seeing what sticks. If I do something a bit weird. Like, I mean, that's pretty good. It's unfortunately, so we kind of want you to go that way. We kind of want number 1 to go up. Oh my god, that works? What is happening? So you flick the switch, meaning that both of you get sent, both the trolley and 2 get sent down the same path. Number 1 just takes a roundabout way, because the default position allows it to go through the end. The trolley switches so that it gets sent off to the side, and number 2 comes back. Wow, that was pure guesswork. We got that. Again, it's a sort of situation where I don't feel like I solved the thing. I just put down all the tracks where they basically are forced to go, and then I randomly switch things around until it worked. Wow, this seems crazy. That feels like a given. Somehow, you're going to have to slide off a track. I guess just like this. Ah, but you're not allowed to crash. Ah, we kind of need something, 2 things to hit. Do we? How is this even possible? Maybe you need to go on a different part of the track, so the timing is a bit different. Not easy to figure out. Okay, well, that leads to a collision. There's not even a way to get in on this side. What if we don't get you out immediately? What if we, like, send you back in? I don't know how this would work, but we do something like this, and then what? We somehow need it timing-wise, like, you are able to get out. Well, now you're going backwards through the track, which I don't think is all that helpful, but... What if we just had it rapidly changing back and forth? Can we separate you at any point? Not quite. This surely is not fast enough, but no, it's not fast enough. But what if you're on a different part of the track? Oh god. I can't imagine we'd ever want you on that part of the track. What if we made you take a long way round? What on earth is this? That feels very close, surprisingly. What if we didn't have this then? Okay. And then from here, we need significantly more track for this to be plausible. Okay. I don't think we can send you to that one. There's just not enough track for it to work. What if we sent you up here? For really no apparent reason. No, you have to surely hit this. And surely you have to do something weird like this. What if we just put you on a long loop? And put... I feel like as we want to get all of them off this eventually. Maybe that's weird. Like a figure 8 pattern. I don't know where I want you to be. Not there, because that's where you get trapped. So probably I want you to be here. I guess I want you to be here, but you collide if we do this. So I want you to be over here. But you coming out there is way too early for us to be able to do anything with. I don't think there's another track we can combine you with. This doesn't make sense. This feels forced, unless we can delay it slightly. And then start the circle. We just hit it once. Maybe just hitting it once is enough? No, there's no way we can get around that collision. It's like, I don't want you to that quickly hit the button. I want this to happen. Do I want this to happen? Well, it's evocative, whatever this is. We somehow got all 3 of them over here, which is, I would say, seemingly unhelpful. I'm not sure. We might have to move on from this one. I genuinely have no clue what to do with that one. I don't even have, like, much of a starting point. Well, actually, it feels surprisingly restrictive, I suppose, of what you can do. I'm just kind of surprised at what doesn't lead to a solution. What if we loop back around? Whoa. It's basically, the concept is, how do I separate these two? I don't think that's necessarily the answer, but... like, what if we did this? Highly unhelpful. This is not enough track to do this. I don't know. I think we're going to have to come back to that level. I genuinely have no clue on what to do with it. But 7-6. Right. Presumably you go here, you go there, and we send you, like, away. Then presumably number 2 pushes the button, goes through the track again, while number 1 goes to the end. And somehow it just works out. I mean, it doesn't quite work out the way we've done it. Well, this is a very interesting way of doing it. Not exactly how I intended initially, but that's interesting. Number 2 going in like this. I'm honestly shocked this does not collide. It does feel like number 2 has to go round again. But now we don't have enough track to get number 1 through. That doesn't even work time-wise because you all end up crashing anyway. This just feels like the obvious thing to do. The question is, what can we do in the trolley afterwards? If anything, number 2 is forced to go that way. If we do it like this, we'd kind of want we kind of just want the trolley, I think. To hit the button. I don't know if we can really manifest that though. What if we get number 2 to hit the button like this? It doesn't really make sense. Well, it's still just 1 track off. If only we had 1 more track. You think it's possible that we have number 2 go backwards? This really doesn't make any sense. I don't know what I'm doing, but... it feels like this is the right answer. But again, it just doesn't work. not exactly great, that. I'm not sure. I think we're going to have to round these episodes off here because I truly don't know what to do with those two. Although, to be fair, I haven't spent that much time on this one, but it doesn't seem like there's a lot you can do, which is the most interesting part. But anyway, I'm going to round this episode off here. If you haven't been watching, thank you very much. It's been Railbound. I've been Dear Darling. Likes, comments, subscription, shares greatly appreciated. Socials down below. Hope we can see each other again. But for now, it's our farewell. So until next time, bye-bye for now.